Hey there, YouTube. Look at this. What is that, a yellow house? It's like a yellowish orange with a little bit of red going on there. So I'm riding back down. Man, you know what? I would almost swear that that ride coming up was shorter than I really thought it was. And I'm not particularly sure if that's because I'm used to going that way or it's just shorter than I usually think. I don't know. I'm not sure about that one there. Anyhow, as I stated in the last vlog, I'm just out on a little cruise. I was taking a break from doing some work on the house. Figured I'd take a ride to Newport and come back up this way. A little rough right here. No need to be in a rush through here because speed limit's like 30 when you come through here. You can't even go too fast. You know, the other day the wife and I had to go out to Connecticut, and also in addition to that we were out in Pennsylvania, and you know, two separate events, two separate reasons. Anyhow, so the wife and I were out there, and I'm looking and I'm seeing motorcycles and guys on the bikes, and I'm looking and I was like, wait a minute, does that guy have a helmet? And then I realized, I remembered, I was like, oh shoot, you know what, I'm in a no helmet law state. You know, Connecticut and Pennsylvania are two states where you don't have to have a helmet to ride while you're riding a motorcycle. Now, I've never ridden a motorcycle without a helmet. I have absolutely no idea what I'm missing. So, and I know I've heard and seen comments from people that they really enjoy that. Now, me personally, I think from the being safe aspect of riding, I would want to have a helmet on. And I remember one time I told my wife, I was like, yeah, you know, Pennsylvania's a no helmet law state. And she's like, oh, you just make sure you keep your helmet on. La, 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 la. And I was like, well, you know, yeah, you know, I would wear my helmet. But, you know, I have to tell you, I have been curious as to what the big deal, like what is the feeling that you get from riding with no helmet? You know what I mean? It's like, I just wonder. And I'm wondering, how many of you guys like to ride with no helmet? You know, I know a lot of people are like, you know, I'm not wearing gear, and I'm not wearing a jacket, and I'm not wearing Kevlar pants with knee pads and all that jazz. You know, I know a lot of people are just, they're like, I'm not doing it, I'm not into it. And you know what, that's cool, I respect that. You know, I'm into it, I like it. It saved my hide quite a few times. The Kevlar pants saved my hide when I went down in West Virginia. The jacket saved my hide when I went down in West Virginia, and it's a mesh jacket at that. The only place I had some scratches was over here, where I zipped it back a little bit. You know, I had a couple scratches right there on my wrist. And the back pad, when I fell off the side, I landed on the back pad. So, you know, yeah, I'm a fan of the jacket, you know. But what I'm talking about here is the helmet. And I'm wondering, what are your guys' thoughts? Do you like to ride without a helmet? Would it be something that you would try? You know, would you be willing to try it? You know, one day I was scrolling through the Vstar 1300 forum, and I saw a guy, he said he got into an accident, and I was like, oh my god. And it was like, every time I see one of these posts where a guy says he got into an accident or he came off the bike, you know, my heart just sinks, because I know what that's like. You know what I mean? I know that feeling. And my heart just sunk a little bit. And then I'm reading through the posts, you know, to kind of see if maybe he gives a little story about what happened. And then he goes on and says, well, yeah, you know, I was riding and such and such happened, and somebody cut me off, turned in front of me, and I went down. But when I looked at his face, he had like an impression in his forehead, and I'm like, what the frig is that? And then he said that he wasn't wearing a helmet, and I believe it was from his head hitting the ground or his head hitting something. His forehead hit something. He collided with something. I'm not sure exactly per se what it was, but it was something that he collided with, that it, when he hit it, you know, it just caused a crap load of damage, or that impression in his forehead, I should say. He also had a couple of scrapes and stuff like that. But you know, it just makes me really wonder, you know, like, even if you have a half helmet on, you know, even a 3/4, you know, maybe you might not like this full face, this whole full face thing, you know, which I can understand. I think for me, I understand that, because sometimes I feel a little claustrophobic with this thing on. Then you put the camera on it and it gets a little heavy, you know. And that was another thing, when I wasn't vlogging for a bit, you know, 3-4 weeks, whatever it was, man, my helmet felt so much lighter. It was kind of crazy, you know. But yeah, but anyhow, you know, the 3/4 I think would give just a little bit more of that open feeling, which is a nice thing. I think would be a nice thing. You know, they just don't have the chin protection, and you know, the chin protection is another thing that could save your hide. But if you ran a modular like I am, you know, there is a chance that modular could get activated, and you still could sustain damage to the front of your face. You know, it's so, I don't know, it's kind of a win no win type of deal. You know, you never know. We just can't call on what happens. Anyhow, so you know, I'm just curious as to what you guys think and how you feel. You know, do you prefer, or do you like wearing a helmet? If it were up to you, would you not wear one? So let me know in the comments below what it is that you think. So till next time, when I come up with something to talk about, the best one, we'll see you later.